Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and especially Will. I really enjoyed your speech. It was particularly timely for me. I have a 5-month-old at home, and so considering work-life balance is an important question in my life. Your opener was not posed as a question, but grabbed our attention all the same, and I thought worked very well. The way that you said, you sort of made a play on words. I think that you don't think about it enough, and that sort of cemented the opening for me. You made very nice use of language. You used the phrase need less, focus, and then corrected yourself and said hyper-focus. Along with that use of language, I think that you don't think about it enough sort of led into the rest of the language, the choices of phrases, and I thought they were very nice. You closed up your use of language with the phrase one life, and I thought that was sort of tied in all the points together and used your coefficient and your formulation. Voice modulation was excellent. Throughout your whole speech, you really used nice rhetorical skills. All the skills that we learn in Toastmasters, the whole tool bag, I think you covered them all. And your use of hand gestures, you pointed upward at once. You said, I'm going to share them with all of you. And you pointed at us, and that was just excellent. You referenced the Nobel laureate, so always lending credibility to your speech, I think, is a good thing. When you fired up the PowerPoint, you had a blank slide there, and I found that just a touch distracting. If I could give maybe one or two things I would change, it would be to have the first equation up there so that we're not all looking at a blank slide initially. I'm also in the OR curriculum, so I was perhaps one of the first few to notice that the coefficients did not add up to 1. You could have, and so you covered it excellently. You could have gone into some discussion about Americans cutting their sleep time back. You had approximately a third, and then you put 0.35. And so you say, hey, maybe you cut it back to 0.3, 0.25. And then there are also other life things that just sort of eat up time whether you want them to or not. You have chores to do. You have to pay your bills. You have to eat. You have to go grocery shopping. You have to take care of your hygiene and your laundry and all these other things that whether you want them to or not, they demand a coefficient. And so that, depending on the timeline that you have for the speech, would be something that you could talk about if you chose to. Those are really the only two things that I found to say I might change if I were going to do something differently. The speech was well rehearsed, the flow was smooth, it was excellent, and again, you used all the rhetorical tools that we learn in Toastmasters for a very polished job. So thank you very much.